All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 2am in Sweden, also known as We Got Next. I am your temporary main host of the show right now, Hayes at AO Shifty. Steven will probably be on in a little bit, but for the time being, you have me. There is a good amount that we do have to talk about today. Um, so I have this when Steven comes on, there's a game called Remember This Guy. It's a running back edition. That snapback trivia for anyone that knows who they are. They do that. We'll talk about that. I want to quiz Steven a little bit on it. So we're also going to end up doing this on the fly. So we'll see how he ends up doing in terms of the game. We won't go through all of them, but we'll go through most of them. And so, yeah, just going through that part. The other topics I do want to end up covering are March Madness. Clearly, that's a big thing because your boy was sitting pretty going into the Final Four. When we got to the Final Four, that was a whole different story. So, okay. Yeah, Steven will be on in a little bit. But the main thing is, so March Madness is first thing we'll end up covering, and I'll touch on that with Steven when he comes on. Your boy was sitting like really good going into the final weekend. I had whole Final Four correct. UConn, Illinois, Michigan, Arizona. Then I end up having Arizona and UConn to make it to the end. After that, is it going to pull up? I'll see if this comes up correctly. Okay. Okay, it worked. I don't know if this is mine, but no, we're going to get into. Okay, cool. We're going to get into mine. Yeah, and I mean, I came in first place. There are only two different ones in here. Let's see if this. All right, cool. Finally came up. So this was mine. I was sitting pretty. We were doing good. I had UConn over Illinois and then Arizona over Michigan. Clearly, Michigan won that. Another thing I do want to talk about because the spread was a big thing that a lot of people were bringing up. The spread, depending on where you looked at it, was either 6.5 or 7.5. I went with the spread that UConn would cover 7.5. They did it by a point. There is no reason on this green earth why it covered. If you looked at the end of the game, nothing but hope and positivity, the way that game ended. So it was really close. First thing, also, Bold Rock is the drink of choice today. Had in the fridge. I was like, we'll end up going with it. Not bad. If we're giving honest reviews, it probably wouldn't be my favorite to go with every single time, but it's solid for a night like today. So on the men's side, Michigan won. So congrats to them on that one. Again, 69-63. On the women's side, UCLA destroyed, absolutely destroyed South Carolina. There's no two ways to put it. Like the game was not even close. Maybe, yes, in the beginning, I had some people text me saying, oh, they're just missing shots and they're just not doing what they need to do right now. I promise you, it was absolutely a lot more than that. Like missing shots is not the full reason why they end up losing. They lost because UCLA was just a better team every single game. If we look through UCLA's road to get there, first game against California Baptist, they won by 53 points. That's the first one. Second one, they won by 19 points. Third one, they won by 24 points. Then they end up beating Duke by 12. They beat Texas by 7. And they beat South Carolina by 28 points. That's more than every single game, they just had what it took. They were just a better team the whole year. So congrats to the Lady Bruins on that side. That was a big one for them. Something else that I do want to touch on, let's see if I can remove this and I'll talk about it. Terrace Reed is a conversation because a lot of people might not know. So Terrace Reed was at Michigan to begin with and then transferred to UConn. So he played 2 years at Michigan, 2 years at UConn. Those two schools, they said, won 3 championships in those 4 years. Terrence Reed has none. Sometimes you just don't have good luck, and you just got to go with it. I feel bad. He got there. That's the big thing. So happy for him that he ended up getting there. Congrats to everyone on the men's Huskies team. I'd be mad at myself. I'd be like, God damn, I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. But you went to good schools that gave you the opportunity. And that's at the end of the day, what you have to bring this back to. So next year, UConn, you got it. I know Terrace Reed probably won't be there next year, but that's a big thing. Another part that I do want to talk about is just looking at the 2027 NCAA tournament sites. So for the round of 64 and the round of 32, we'll go through this super fast. So Charlotte, Pittsburgh, Louisville, Minneapolis, Omaha, Fort Worth, Spokane, and Sacramento. You have a mix of both. You have a couple on the West Coast, you have a couple in the Midwest, and then you have two like East Coast, and then you have Kentucky. Well, Louisville, Kentucky is another one. Charlotte's not bad. I think that helps build a lot towards what they're doing there for other events. So it helps because they're able to end up just continuing to build in Charlotte. And then the other one is what's up, man? So then going into the Sweet 16 and then the Elite Eight. So we have New York, Kansas, San Antonio, and Los Angeles, and then the Final Four, and then the championship game are going to be in Detroit. So that's where a lot of the sites are going to be for next year. What are your thoughts, Steven, looking at the UConn Michigan game?
Shout out to the Big Ten, right?
Shout out, yeah.
Big Ten's dominating the college sports landscape. I think the last 5 national champions in just like the winter, spring sports have been Big Ten champs, have been Big Ten teams.
You sound far away and underwater.
What?
You sound far away.
Pause. Keep talking.
Yeah. So a big thing for us just looking at it, and this just goes into the other side of things when it comes to the transfer portal. Michigan's whole starting 5 was straight transfer portal players that they had. So that's something who's going to be on their team next year. And then just looking at UConn likes to build a lot. They do have some transfer people too. So I can't end up saying it's just one side, not the other, but continue to just focus and pay attention on what happens with this whole transfer portal thing, because right now they're saying roughly half, a little under half of the people are in the transfer portal that play D1 sports. Well, D1 basketball or D1 football, which is just insane to end up looking at. That many people are doing it. You even saw it on this one lady that goes to Texas women's basketball. Texas did everything they could, and she's entering the transfer portal. So it then becomes, why are all these players just entering the transfer portal? Clearly, it's not just about playing. Money's a big thing, because if your team just went to the Final Four, something has to deal with coaching. I don't know if a lot of people saw this, but on the women's side, UVA, their coach did some shitty ass stuff. I don't know if you listened to that press conference, but she basically said that the player wasn't going to be on the team. And funny enough, the player's not going to be on the team because they're entering the transfer portal, and they fired the coach. So that's really what happens. But go back to your thoughts.
Are we good?
Yeah, perfect.
Better. All right, very good.
Yep.
UConn Michigan game. Shout out to the Big Ten was what I was saying. Last, I think 5 national champs across college landscape have been Big Ten teams. So shout out to the Big Ten.
Shout out.
I wanted to see UConn win because I don't want to see any Big Ten teams win if it's not Penn State, obviously. But I wanted to see UConn win primarily because it was their 4th straight national title. They were 3 points away from being back-to-back-to-back national champs. Even with a loss, like, this is a hell of a run by Hurley and company, especially in the portal era. Keeping guys, is tough, but being able to do it 4 straight years is extremely impressive. I'd love to see it. Yeah. See them get the W and continue on and have 3 or 4 or whatever. But shout out to Michigan, man. They were probably the most dominant team all season. So shout out to Michigan. Shout out to the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So shout out. So that's a big thing. It's probably a little choppy, but I'll end up fixing it on my end. The other part, which Steven and I have talked about this a ton, is everything Mr. LeBron James has been talking about in terms of Memphis. So for anyone that doesn't know, we're segueing over
How's
into
this,
the
by the
NBA
way?
because good.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Much better?
Yes.
Significantly better. All right, we're good.
Yes.
Very good.
So I want to touch on everything that's happened in terms of LeBron, his comments, and there's this guy, I don't know if a lot of people know about him. He goes by GFed on Twitter. He basically went to, I'll bring it up while Steve and I are talking about it. He went to the hotel.
So,
and after, go ahead.
real quick, context. This dude went to 100 college football games or 100 college campuses or something like that, stadiums in 100 days during the season. So he was all over the place. So I followed this guy a lot. I didn't watch these videos because this whole thing bothers me, but proceed with what you were going to say.
Yeah, so LeBron wasn't the only one. They've had on record a bunch of different players saying, yeah, Memphis's hotel is some shit. They've showed other videos where LeBron has talked about it, but a lot of people need to understand when you're the face of the sport, like if Tom Brady did some shit like this, if Shohei Ohtani did something like this, Patrick Mahomes did something like this, everyone's going to focus in on what they have to say. So LeBron ended up saying that the Westin is not necessarily the place that they want to end up spending their day. There's not much to do in Memphis. I've heard this numerous times. That's also why I've told people they're not about to have this franchise in Memphis for like 5 to 7 years going forward. Some players even gone on the record saying, just move it up to Nashville. Like, just send it to Nashville. Like, there's so much more to do there than you end up just having to deal with Memphis. The hotel is right across the street from the FedEx Forum, which is where they end up playing. Memphis does not have much in the most respectful way. I know there's going to be some flack and some hate that people are going to say. For regular people, everyone on Twitter has been saying, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, there's so much, like, that's a really nice hotel. Yeah, we're regular people. That's very different than the standards that the expectation that they're used to, number one. Two, you want to be in a place, and Steven and I know this about a lot of athletes. You don't want to be in a hotel where everybody stays in, because then they can easily end up, number one, coming to you, but two, you want to be in a place where, all right, you feel fine, you feel comfortable. This is right across the street. You know how many people can stay there? You can just spend $1,000 and $2,000 staying in the same goddamn hotel as the rest of them. And that's what they don't want, because they have to just deal with everybody every single day. They want some sort of privacy. Now, the bathroom looks really nice, but they want some sort of privacy and like security and secrecy. And they don't get that from the Westin in Memphis.
Facts.
Thoughts?
Yeah. So the whole thing bugs the shit out of me. Like, and I obviously, your boy would take on some Memphis demons on Twitter. Like, it's not like he said the city should be bombed by the Taliban, like and then people made it like, oh, LeBron hates black people. That was a good one. That cracked me up, dude. Yeah, you're right. He does hate black people. Bro, my man can say whatever he wants. It is not that deep. It's not that serious. They were grown people. There was one dude who I had to block because he was making just like he had a rebuttal to someone's rebuttal to his rebuttal about the rebuttal about LeBron. And I'm like, bro, these folks, man, these people need serious mental health. You don't know this man.
Nope.
Like, you do not know LeBron. You do not, like, he doesn't care. He even doubled down on it. I didn't know what you're talking about. And then you sent it to me. I'm like, good. I'm glad he didn't apologize.
Yeah.
He has nothing to apologize for. He has nothing to apologize for. And everyone's freaking out about it. But he also said that about Milwaukee as well. He was referring to Milwaukee at first and then brought up Memphis. Bro, yeah, it's like, no, those are not destination places. Like, if you're 41 years old and you're just riding out the rest of your career, like, I'm sure you don't want to go to Memphis, bro. You want to go to Miami. Like, LeBron's like, I don't want to go back to Cleveland either. Like, I don't want to go. No. Like, so he can say whatever he wants. People were they were so hurt by this. They were like, oh, this black guy, he hates black people. He hates the city of Memphis. Oh, and all it stands for. Like, no, dude, he just hates sleeping there. Like, he just doesn't want to sleep in Memphis twice a year. And that's okay.
100%.
And then,
Yeah.
sure, he was saying the city should be relocated. Like, bro, other people agree with that. It's not like his voice is like the determining factor of like what if a franchise is moving cities, right? It's not like because LeBron said that, Adam Silver's gonna be like, oof, you know what? Yeah, let's do that.
We got to do it.
Let's go ahead
Yeah.
and start that process. People just need to calm down, bro. I thought it was hilarious. Then I also thought it was funny that he did not apologize for it because he shouldn't have.
Yes.
He's like, did I say I hate black people? Like, is that what I said? No, it's not what I said.
No.
So I thought it was great. It's just another thing people got. And my whole timeline, I don't know about you, my whole timeline was that. It was.
Dog.
I was like, dog, are you kidding me? I couldn't have.
Hell yeah, that was the whole thing.
Oh.
So 2 other things I wanted to bring up. Congrats to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He now has the record for the Atlanta Hawks in most threes. A lot of people are like, how is that even possible? Well, I don't know. I guess Trae Young was on some bullshit, but he was also injured half the time too. So
who leads the Hawks in threes?
Before him, it was Bogdan Bogdanovic.
In like all time or in a season?
No, this is for a season.
Oh, okay.
He set the record for it.
Okay.
For the season. So, and I'm bringing this up about the 3 because did you see the Hawks and Knicks game when the Hawks were down by 3 and then CJ McCollum just threw up a 3-point shot?
Yeah, it was like that close to letting it get in.
Dog. So for anyone that didn't see, Centel ended up doing their own version of it. But if you look at it,
it looked good.
It looked like it went in.
Oh wait, it didn't.
I mean, I think Centel's joking around, but this went in from this.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but like everyone else is standing around, so that's how you know it didn't really.
He missed it by like a fingertip. Oof. Bow.
Yeah. So
fuck the Knicks.
If you like look at everyone else, they're all like, damn. But it's more of, Doug, he just lightly threw it up there.
Yeah. And that was like, this
is the angle for anyone right here. Like he still had his fingers on it.
That's skill too. That's not just like, sure, there's some luck involved in that, obviously. But like
he made it, but it was just after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shot alone is impressive.
Yeah. So that's the other crazy thing that I wanted to bring up on that side. We do got to talk about something that we've talked about a lot for a couple of different reasons. Number one, we're going to go into the standings. First part is we have 1 week left, and then we will talk about the totals. We know who actually won. Let's just be honest. It clearly wasn't me for anyone that's wondering.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the NBA actually as well. They're playing the Bucks right now, and I didn't know this until just now, but Cade Cunningham is playing.
Wow.
At 13-10. I had no idea that he was going to be back before the playoffs started.
I didn't know that either.
You didn't know that? Okay, good. I'm glad.
No.
This is happening right now. Anyway, proceed.
No. So a couple of things, just looking at 1 through 6 for anyone that is not looking at this on the screen, that's just listening. Detroit, Boston, New York, Cleveland, Atlanta, Toronto. Toronto might lose that seed because they're only a half game above the 7 through 9 seeds. You have the Sixers, Hornets, Magic. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. The Hornets are not getting up there. Even if they do get up there, I don't think they're getting out the first round. Are they building a team? Yeah, they got to let some pieces go. But you do have pieces such as Brandon Miller and then Con Knipple that are really good pieces to build around. So that's a big part on that side. I guess I'll bring this up now because we're talking about Con Knipple. Who do you think is the rookie of the year?
I think it should probably be Cooper Flag.
You saw what he did against LA?
I did. Yeah. I watched that first quarter. He had like 23 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem if Knipple wins, but I think it should be Cooper Flag because if they didn't have Cooper Flag, they'd have like 10 wins.
Oh, 100%.
So I think there's like an MVP type of thing involved in this. The Hornets, I'm sure they'd still be in the playoffs without Con Knipple.
Yeah.
But the Mavericks would be even more dog shit than they are now without Cooper Flag.
Yeah. But here, if you look at the East, even the 7 through 10, any of them would have been in. Your next best team that just didn't get in was Milwaukee, and they're 10 games behind Miami. So clearly all those teams are going to get in. If you look at the bottom, they started just doing a tanking for the top 5 pick. Washington, which if you guys heard last week or just other shows that I put on, Washington really, Adam Silver's going to have such a tough decision allowing Washington to actually get this top 5 pick because they're going to mess it up. It doesn't really matter who we get. Like, they're not going to be able to treat it great and then have us go to the playoffs, even go to the NBA finals. Not happening. I'm going to promise you this right now, no matter who's on the team. The Pacers, they're in a solid situation because they just had their best player injured for the whole year because of his Achilles. So they're just chilling this year. And then you get a top 5 pick potentially with him. That's great. Brooklyn, you brought on Michael Porter Jr. and y'all still aren't doing shit over there. So Brooklyn's always going to be bad. Chicago, they have too many guards. We all knew this in the beginning. They just hired a whole guard lineup. Milwaukee, Giannis is gone. I don't see how he can stay there. After what happened this year, like Giannis, Thanasis, the whole group is gone.
Yeah,
they're all just going to be gone.
Get rid of Thanasis, please.
Yeah. And then looking at the top, so your only contenders that I personally would say, you have the top 4. But looking at the top 4, Steven, who do you think is not actually a contender?
Well, I would have said Detroit until about 5 minutes ago, but I think Cunningham being back changes everything. So I think Detroit. I think Detroit should probably be the favorite. That's my go-to. I can't trust the Knicks at all.
No.
Not sure how much I can trust the Cavs. I've seen James Harden do well in the playoffs, but like, I don't know. Donovan Mitchell has done some things, but I'd probably say Boston because obviously they've been there, done that. And I think Detroit, if Cunningham is back and healthy, it's not like they need to find a rhythm because I know what the rhythm is with Cade Cunningham. Shout out to the Pistons, man. They won 7-3 last 10 games, held it together without Cunningham, so they have a chance at 60 wins. I mean, so that'd be dope. But I think Detroit and Boston are going to be the two that come out of the East.
So just looking at this whole thing, Boston has a little bit of an easier road than Detroit. I say that for the simple fact Detroit and Boston are both getting out of the first round. Any of these teams, they're going to beat in 5 games. I can honestly see that happening. But Boston's second round would be the Knicks. I can see Boston taking on the Knicks. It might be a little tough because Jason Tatum is still getting back to him, but I can see that happening. Detroit has to play Cleveland. And Cleveland, if they want to play on any given Sunday, any given day of the week, they can bring it. I have more faith in the Cleveland than I do New York. That's the one thing I'll say on that side. Looking on the other side, it starts to look really good now because I've been telling everybody for weeks, damn near months. At one time, I thought it was going to be 3-6. In the beginning, I said 4-5. And this is really more so because your whole team is getting injured at the last minute. But number 1, OKC, 2, San Antonio, 3, Denver, 4, LA, 5, Houston, 6, Minnesota, 7 through 9 is cool and all. But again, you look at that between the 10th and 11th spot, Golden State was going to get in no matter what. Portland, I don't think they're really going to stand a chance. They need Steph. So between 9 and 10 matchup, Golden State should win that. 7, 8. I really think that it'll be the Clippers if Kawhi decides to play. And then after that, you'll have the 7 and 10 matchup. And I could see the Warriors doing it. Like if it's between the Warriors and the Suns, and you really are trusting Jalen Green, Devin Booker, and Dylan Brooks, or are you going to trust one game for Steph Curry and Draymond Green?
Facts. Yeah.
Like all you need is one game at that point. And so they'll get the 8th seed, then they'll play OKC, then get bounced.
Yes. Facts. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be a quick one.
So
bottom half of the West.
Other side.
Bottom half of the West, not worried about, right?
No. So then you look at it. So it'd be the 2 and then the 8th seed, which will be great because name the last time you saw that end up happening. Kawhi coming back to San Antonio with the new San Antonio team. Facts. Again, this is all speculation, but I do think that that's how it's going to turn out. I really think LA with Darius Garland, and then you also have Kawhi Leonard. That'll end up putting on a show. You just need one game. Kawhi can give you 40, 50 in one game.
Facts.
So now we'll talk about the top side of it. So 3 through 6, because 1 and 2 are locked at this point. they're 9.5 games. They're 9 games ahead of the number 3 seed, San Antonio. But 3, Denver. Do you think they're a lock or do you think they fall?
They're playing really well, so I think they're a lock. And then Houston and LA are both 50 and 29. So they have what, 3 games left between them?
Yeah. I think they're gonna flip flop.
Yeah, I do too. Just because the Lakers, I don't think, man, it's. Did you hear about Luka? He's going over to Europe or something like that,
Yeah,
and getting some
Luka
like,
and potentially Austin is too, to get
and
the same stem cell stuff that
yeah,
Kobe Bryant got.
to be back in time for the playoffs.
I heard some doctors say they shouldn't rush him back for the beginning of the first round. It should be the back end of the first round.
While I would agree, I think if they're playing Houston, which they're probably going to be,
Yeah.
but like, how much do you like? What's Houston gonna like provide? You know, like what are you nervous about Houston? Probably, right? Because like Durant, I mean, it's gonna be the Kevin Durant show, but
100%.
you just gotta hope that they're somewhat healthy. Because LeBron, I mean, I love him.
41-year-old LeBron's not taking him.
You know, that's a lot to ask for. You know,
Yeah.
I just don't think the Lakers could do it if they don't have. They need to have Luka. I would have a lot more confidence they had Luka and LeBron rather than LeBron and Austin Reeves. Obviously, I think everybody would, but LeBron's going to play defense too, and like that's going to be all of his energy is going to be on defense.
Yeah,
because he can kind of do whatever he wants on offense and like not exert that much, but defensively he's going to have to. And who's your second guy, Rui? Like, come on, you thinking DeAndre Ayton's going to turn to Anthony Davis all of a sudden in the playoffs? So I don't have that much confidence in the Lakers. If Luka and Austin Reeves are out, obviously.
Yeah. So for me, selfishly, I want it to be the Rockets at 4, then the Lakers at 5, because then the Rockets would get 3 games at home. I don't see it being a sweep, so that means that at least one more game would be in Houston for it. The reason why I've been saying from the beginning of time it was going to be LA and Houston is because you want to see Kevin Durant and LeBron at least one more time. That's really the only reason for it. Then you can have Denver and Minnesota. Anthony Edwards apparently has been battling a knee injury, so we'll see how that one goes. But the way Denver's playing, they're going to get it. So then it'd be probably if Luka and Austin Reeves are not here, even if they're only here for 2 games, you're going to have Houston playing against OKC. Which, again, you're doing exactly what San Antonio and the Clippers are going to do. You're going to have KD come back to OKC to play against his old team. And then, so you'll have the 1 and the 5 matchup, and then you'll have the 2 and 3, which you'll have Jokic against Wemby. We've seen what Jokic can end up doing to Wemby.
He's playing out of his mind lately, too.
Yeah.
Jokic, his last 10 games, is averaging 26, 14, and 12. His last 10 games. Shooting 54% from the field, 34% from 3, and 77% from the line. That's crazy. He's playing out of his mind. So we know he can do it as well. Wemby, we don't know if he can do it or not, is the thing. I think we all want to assume he can and carry that team to a championship. But I think he can, but we haven't seen him do it. So who knows? Maybe the playoffs are too big for him or whatever. But we'll see how it goes. But that would be a dope matchup too.
Yeah. So stay tuned for this because we'll bring up the updates next week because the season's about to be finished. The last part with this is the NBA draft. Steven, what are your thoughts in terms of the top 5? Or just throwing a dart at the wall, who do you think would get the number 1 pick? And don't say Washington because it'll never be them.
Pacers.
Solid.
Right. Who else is in the bottom of that list? Nets, Pelicans, Grizzlies.
Memphis isn't getting it. We can
imagine if they get the number 1 pick after all the shit that just happened. I'm gonna say Utah, Sacramento, Memphis. I'm gonna say the Pacers.
Okay, right? That's believable.
Huh?
I said that's believable. Only other person a team that's out of left field that I could see getting it is like Milwaukee, if that Giannis leaves. So all these different random things like Dallas, I don't think they could allow them to get it back-to-back years, and they would know everything is staged at that point. Sacramento, did you see how they played against the Warriors and they found Seth Curry just so they can lose the game?
It's always so obvious too.
Yeah.
Like, I guess there's no real way to, like, you have to intentionally do it. Like, that's what tanking is, obviously. But real quick, looking at these mock drafts, what's the dude's name from, how you pronounce the dude's name from BYU? AJ what? DeBonza?
AJ DeBonza.
Darren Patterson at 2, Cameron Boozer 3, Caleb Wilson out of Carolina at 4, Darius Acuff at 5.
He's moved up the board.
Who's that? Acuff?
Acuff, yeah.
Yeah. I think Caleb Wilson is very underrated. Obviously he was hurt and missed the rest of the season, or missed a good portion of the season, then got hurt again and then missed the tournament. But I think he's really underrated. Carolina didn't have a great year, but he played really well. And I think he's kind of like a young, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do the comparisons. No.
What are your
Cam
thoughts on the new
Boozer,
head coach?
huh?
What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on the new head coach?
Yeah.
That's a
Michael
beautiful
Malone.
hire. That's a great hire.
Yeah. I think it's always weird when a coach goes from pros to the college rather than college to pros. It's not, you're not taking a step back, but I guess technically you are. But yeah,
his daughter is also there.
Yeah, she's tennis,
volleyball,
whatever. I think it's a good hire, but this is always an interesting one to, like I just said, for the guys coming back from pros to college and see how he adapts to NIL. You know, having the experience in the league and guys getting contracts, like, you can kind of work with that a little bit with some experience there. But they got to hit the portal. They got this dude, Mingo, coming in next year, 5-star point guard coming up from New York. So yeah, that's a good hire for them, though. Good for Carolina.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So we're going to go into one of my favorite topics, and we'll try to make this a real thing. Steven, have you heard of, are you familiar with snapback trivia?
Snapback trivia? No.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
No.
So we're going to do a couple of them. I'll bring it on the stage.
Are you surprised by that? 99% of the time, things you ask me, if I've heard about it, I've not heard about it.
A little, because this is something that I could see you and I doing.
I've seen these clips. I didn't know that was.
Have you seen the running back edition?
No.
Beautiful. Okay, so we'll go through like the first 4 or 5. I did some. I didn't know some of them, but when you end up seeing them, even some of them don't know. And whatever you do, for anyone out there listening to this, the first name you think of, don't go with it, because it's not going to be that name.
Joseph Adai.
What the?
Is that right? Yeah, of course.
You're going to see.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Joseph Adai.
Yep. Oh man. Joe Mixon.
You think so?
No. I want to say Mixon. That's not right though. He's a. All right, let it run. Joe Mixon. Giovanni Bernard. Good call. Thomas Jones.
What do you think? Whoa, okay. You're okay.
Yeah, these slackers, these guys. I don't know shit, dude. Don't know shit. Thomas
This
Jones.
is the one they got stuck on.
I was late in the career too. Yeah, that's what I thought, boys.
Okay, here's another one.
Thomas Jones, all right. Yeah, what? Come on, boys, let's go. Michael Turner.
Wow. Okay.
Boom.
There you go.
Yep.
So we got 2 more.
No Sean Moreno.
Wow.
Easy. The only thing, the hurdle pictures we got. Rashad Mendenhall. That's easy. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Brandon Jacobs. That's easy one. Biggest human being ever played running back. I can't believe I missed that Giovanni Bernard one. That sucks. Darren Sproles. Yeah.
That was an easy one.
Easy.
All right, last two.
Ryan Matthews.
Wow.
Fresno State. Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Last one.
Yeah. Okay. Enough of the small talk. Let's go.
That's how I feel.
Marion Barber.
Really?
Yeah. Minnesota. RIP actually too. I think he passed away.
That's impressive.
Wait. Doug Martin.
That's impressive. Okay. So what I'll try and do is
I take a lot of pride in that type of shit. Knowing that and storing that in the old memory bank, I take a lot of pride in knowing names.
That's really impressive. So yeah, I'll try and bring some of these up each week, and it'll be almost like
I have
if
seen
you guys
those.
have ever watched.
I've not seen that one before, but I've seen those clips.
Yeah, and they're not even a big account, which makes it even that much better. So I can almost damn near play the whole thing, and we're not gonna get in trouble for it. But I guess they have 95,000 downloads, so they're just not as big on here, but they're big other places. But yeah, so for anyone that's watched shows such as like Stump the Schwab back in the day, this is going to be our version of like, can Steven end up guessing who it is? Because I promise you, I probably got 70% of them right. I looked at someone, I'm like, who the hell is this person? I ain't never seen this person before. Like Thomas Jones, I was not getting it at first, but yeah, see, there you go. So that's the one topic on that. Quick thoughts that I want from you, Fernando Mendoza. He's not going to the NFL draft. Thoughts?
He's not.
Nope. He's going to chill in Miami.
Huh. That's like, I don't have a problem with it. You always like seeing the number one pick of the draft and to get the jersey and all that shit. But yeah,
of course it can change, but right now it's not.
Sure, that's fine. You can do whatever he wants, but you always like to see it.
Mm-hmm. So next one we have is, did you see? They're so fucked up. Did you see the picture and the videos of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini?
Yo, dude.
You can't really get out of that. You can't.
I saw the pictures. I didn't see the videos. I'd imagine the videos are like of where the pictures were.
Yeah, same exact thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. Like, fuck around and find out, dude. That's what everyone says. Fuck around and find out.
Yep. Steven's famous words: "Don't do stupid shit."
Yeah, stop doing stupid shit, bro. I can't. First of all, up until now, I don't have anything wrong with Mike Vrabel, but like, I can't stand Rossini. Cannot stand her, bro.
You said that, yeah.
I cannot. Yeah, I did say that. I said something else, but yeah, I can't. Like, there's like an arrogance. I just can't do it. So you fuck around and find out, dude. You know, like they both said it's BS. Whatever. That's what do you think they're gonna say? No, you guys are right. You got us. We're like, this is almost like a
that's exactly what it looks like.
This is almost like a U2 concert type of thing.
Yeah. Yep, you remember.
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, everyone remembers that.
What that was.
What a moment, dude. That was fun. Yeah, just stop doing stupid shit, dude. And if you're going to, don't do it out in the open. Like, do it in your room or something.
Yeah, you could have done it anywhere else.
Like, come on.
And y'all both have someone?
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck around and find out, but I can't feel bad, you know?
No. So next thing that I want to end up bringing up is, before we go into what you got, Steve and I will start to end up talking about various different plans that we're doing in terms of college football season and what's going on. Next week, I'm actually going to a spring game. So me and the guys are going to Virginia Tech. I mentioned this before. So
wow, what the fuck?
So my friend's nephew is the running back.
I don't care. That's so disrespectful. That is so disrespectful. Of all the schools, you have to go down there to where he is. Are you kidding me? That is so ignorant of you. I can't even.
So I just got the invite.
Like, fucking rains. Like, get the fuck out of here with that Virginia Tech James Franklin bullshit, dude.
Oh shoot. Jeez. So that's one thing. And then as we start to get closer to the season, there's various different games we'll end up talking about. I know we did Texas last year. I'm trying to see where I'll end up going. I'm just going to tell everyone this right now. I'm going to the ODU Virginia Tech game, so we're going to see how the whole crew is going to end up acting for that one. But that is in September, so that's already something that's locked and loaded. Biggest thing people are starting to fail to understand. Steven knows this about State College. A lot of these college towns do not have a lot of like hotels and stuff there. So the prices in these areas just are astronomical. Like something you think would be only $100, $200. We found some. So it's 4 of us that are going next weekend. It's like $400 or $500 for an Airbnb. Like they're hotels. You're not going to get the best hotels in some of these areas. So you're better off like just doing the Airbnb route. And you can even rent your place out by the room. Hell, you can rent out a carpet and people end up staying on it.
Yeah. I am going to Penn State has a dog shit schedule this year. Absolute trash. We don't play Oregon, Ohio State, or Indiana this year. We play Temple up in Philly, so I might go to that. We play Michigan out in Ann Arbor, so that was an option. But we also played Northwestern at their new stadium. We are the first opponent on a Friday. That was an option. But I'm going out to Seattle for the Washington game.
That's a good one.
Me and Jay Hill are going out, BJ, a couple other boys, and we're getting Airbnb from like Wednesday to Sunday. Because I had originally booked it just like a Friday to Sunday thing, but like that's a quick turnaround for a 3,000-mile trip and doing a game and doing all that. So might as well. Jay Hill, played for the Seahawks, so still has some connects out there. So we're gonna snag an Shotsky Mike's going out.
Oh shoot, that's good.
We're gonna do some sailgating as well. So because UW's campus is right in Seattle and like the stadium is right on the water, so that should be a good time. So but I think then whatever the whiteout is, I'll go up for the whiteout game too.
Yeah,
we'll probably get a squad together for that one though.
Dude, so both of those great games. I was just in Washington State, Seattle area in December, so I can only imagine how it is in like September. It's always a good time.
Sorry, the game is in November. It's November 7th, which is that time of year. That stretch of November is the rainiest stretch in the entire calendar year. Obviously.
Yes. Yeah, that's
we're gonna find out, right?
And for anyone that doesn't know, it doesn't matter what day, it doesn't matter how the weather's feeling, it's gonna rain. Like it might rain for 30 minutes, but it's going to be some sort of rain.
Yep.
And wildest part is, Steven, you probably know this better than most. On one side of the mountain, you'll have rain. The other side, you might just get snow. And you just don't know. If you go up like 3 miles, you might get the snow. You come back on the other side, it'll be nice.
Correct.
So good for you guys. That's something that definitely should end up being fun. What you got for everyone?
We'll talk about the bench press real quick. Boy got 255 today.
Okay.
For 4. I really am like trying to figure out how to warm up and not exert too much energy before I hop into that. So I do some shoulder mobility before, do some stretching and all that. And I tried incline press and then jumped into flat bench. Trying to just rep 225. I'm trying to just skip out on 135, 185 and just go right to 225 and start repping that. Did that today. I got 8 very solid ones.
That's
two
good.
Two janky ones. So my goal is to rep it for 10 and just keep going from there. So threw up 245 for 6 today. And I was like, all right, let's do that. My boy who I work out with, or who's there when I work out, he was my spotter. He's like, asked how many going for? I said, I'll take 1, obviously, but if I can keep going, I'll go. Like the goal is just 1, dude. I'm happy with that. So threw up the first one, you feel good about it. And I got, I got what I needed to do. So got 255 today. So probably next week, and load up 265. Go from there, see how it does. But I'm trying to figure out how to warm up and like not struggle with it. But once I can start repping 225 for like 8 to 10 good ones, we'll be all right.
That's the big one.
Moving a lot more, but I need to get there.
So a benefit of Steven's gym that our gym at work does not have, you have 5 pounds, don't you, that you can add on? Or no, is it straight 10s?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, because the plates that we have are the rubber plates.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I hate mixing and matching plates. I'm not doing that. If it's rubber, like so, the rubbers we have are pause. 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, and 55. There's no fives involved. So if we're increasing it, we're just throwing on 2 10s and we're going 20 or 15.
So I told Steven, and I ended up like texting my brother. I hit 275 one time, but I about died. A lot of people don't know the truth about this. So what happened was I did 135, 185, 205, 225 felt good, and then I did 245 for like 4 times, and I was like, you know what? Let's try it. So I put on like some Meek Mill. I said, we're about to get this. Then I was like, this is not hype enough. Let's put on some Chief Keef. So I put on some Chief Keef, and then I got 275 off, came down, and I was coming back up. I said, you ain't got a spotter, so you better find a way to get that shit up. So I got it up, but then I told like 2 of my friends, I'm not going to touch 275 for a second unless that's one of the first or second things that I do. But for anyone trying to hit like a max amount, make sure you do it early. Don't end up doing a bunch of different reps and then go into it. Again, Steven brought up being able to hit 245 and 255 a good amount. That's the big thing. Once you can get there, then you're fine. I texted this to Steven. So I told where I work, a lot of people know this. It's a lot of former military people, former Marines and stuff. So I told one of them, he's like in his late 40s. I was like, yo, so me and my buddy were trying to end up doing 315 challenge by the end of May. So I need one of you two to spot me at the end of May. And like I have to record it. And this man said, oh, I might need a spotter for my spotter.
Yeah.
At that point, I said,
like you got like I walked in the gym today and I was like, all right, I knew I was gonna try and put up 255.
Yeah,
it's like you can get it because like I know 10 pounds like it can be a lot, but like if you can get the 245 for 5 or 6, like you should feel comfortable getting it. Obviously, I don't want to die, so like I'm gonna use a spotter. Walked in the gym, I'm like, all right, no.
You got it.
No. No. That's my boy. I was like, how long are you sticking around for? He's like, I'll be here for like half hour. I was like, bet. Like,
yes,
that guy right there.
That's
I was
the
like,
biggest
because there's like, a bunch of old heads and like a couple of young guys, and I'm like, ain't no way. There's the one dude I think I said before. The one guy was like, I hope you get it. If I can't, I'm like, facts. All right, good shit.
See, yeah. So that's it. We've already hit the point of, all right, 225 is what the football players, they have to end up doing at the combine. Cool. That's like a milestone that a lot of people try to end up hitting. Next one after that, you end up touching, if you can even touch the threes. Steven already brought this up. After that, I don't need to keep going up. I will just find a way to just rep 300, 305, and I'll be fine. I don't need to go above 315 at that point.
Even, like, I'll say this out loud. Even if I don't get it by Memorial Day, I am going to get it eventually.
Yeah.
My goal is Memorial Day. So we'll say that. I don't know. I do not want to say like 315 is like an elite company because there are some like strong ass people that we don't know about. But like, if I went through my neighborhood and I asked all the guys how much they could bench, or like, can anyone bench 315? I don't know how many guys there are. Well, it's called 100. I would say 5 or less, probably on the left side, can do three bills. Like, cause that's heavy. Like I took off 225 for the first time and I repped that and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a little more challenging than I thought. Because 315 is like, how much do you weigh now?
So I'm 225.
All right, I'm 210. So like, that's that's a significant amount of weight on top of what we already have.
100%. Yes.
So I mean, to get it will be a sizable accomplishment. But I'm good after that. I don't need to go 4. I don't need to go. No, I don't need to. No,
because you see the people on social media that they put so many plates on that the bar bends.
Yeah,
I don't need to do any of that. Like, I'm good. Hit the 300 company. Cool.
I'll just move on to the next one. I'll move on to the next goal. Deadlift, maybe we'll try that. We'll give that a shot. Oh, I gotta work on pull-ups because I can give you 3, 4 now, and like that's about it. So I need to work on that. But the bench is first.
So I had to, because 2 people heard the show and they were like, you can't actually do 18 pull-ups. I was like, no, I promise you I can. So I ended up like sending them a video that I did, and they're like, why can you do this many? I was like, well, if RFK can do it at his age, I gotta find a way to
I
do
can't
it.
be embarrassed like that, dude.
Yeah, no. But then it's also like when you come from a place in high school where you couldn't do one,
Yeah.
it's like I'm gonna find a way to end up doing it. So
Exactly.
once you get a rhythm, so there's another thing with this that a lot of people fail to understand. There's a pull-up, and then there's like the regular way people do pull-ups in like the military. Whereas some people just like go like this, or some will go all the way full extension. And then that's the day. It depends on who you talk to. Like some people will give you the credit if you just like bend the elbow. Cool. Others like you got to go all the way
All the way
down.
down,
Like,
all the way up.
yeah. Yep. It has to essentially be like how you do bench press. It has to be how you do like your lat pull downs. All of it has to be full extension. Yeah. So if you're just doing half and then the other person doing a full, yours isn't really going to count. And you won't even count that as a half of a pull up at that point either. So you have anything else?
Yeah, we start. Okay. I'll make this quick. So we start soccer season this weekend with Mason's first game. But he also has a swim meet at 8:00 in the morning on Saturday. So swim meet's over at 12. We have boogie out of there and book it over to the soccer game, which kicks off at 1 for Mason. Mia's got one on Saturday as well. So we'll see how he does. He's not swimming any like 100 meters in this one. It's pretty quick, so he shouldn't be too worn out. He's 7. Like, bro, you got energy, so like you're good. But we'll get over there and do that. But he had soccer practice last night, first one of the season, and my man dominated. My man scored four goals in their scrimmage. And one of the moms was standing next to me. We were talking, and she was like, "Oh, you Mason's dad?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, he's really fun to watch." I was like, "Yeah, he is." And then he proceeds to score 4 goals. And then the coach at one point, I think he had scored 2 or 3, and then he was like doing it easy. And by the way, obviously, no one's gonna toot his own horn more than I am. No one's gonna hype him up more than me. But he was fucking killing it. And then the coach at one point was like, "All right, let's play a game. Let's try and just stop Mason and see how that goes." And I gotta like keep it together on the sideline because inside I'm like, yeah, that's my fucking guy, dude. My guy's a fucking animal out there. So shout out to Mason, man. It's gonna be Mia's first game this weekend as well. But we're full swing now in spring sports, and I think Thursdays will be the only days that we have off as a family.
Wow.
And then it's gonna be summertime. We'll be at the pool every day.
Weird, how that goes.
Yep.
No,
Facts.
that goes.
Anyway, what you got? What else? Anything?
So I have 2 things. The first one isn't even about me. I have to give a shout out to Captain Kirk and his agent, because it doesn't matter where this man goes, he will always end up finding a way to get a contract. And I want to segue that also. I was going to bring this up earlier, but I was waiting for Steven. I have to give a big shout out to Connor Griffin. Do you know who Connor Griffin is?
Of course I know who Connor Griffin is.
Shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's only played in the MLB for 2 weeks, essentially, and he already signed a $140 million 9-year deal. Only in sports can you be on your job for 2 weeks. Like, what? We want you long term.
And my man is 19.
Yeah.
That means they got to pay my man Paul Skeens next. This kid is the real deal, though. This Connor Griffin kid is the real deal.
That's crazy. Pittsburgh is slowly getting their team together, and this is how you build it. If you're going brick by brick.
It's been 30 years, bro. Like let's get this shit together.
Yeah. I mean, they're slowly doing it. It'll probably take a couple more years. You maybe need 1 or 2 more solid pieces, but then you got your pitcher, you have your shortstop, 2 center pieces that you need. Find you a solid outfielder, cool. And then you'll get to a point of being like the Dodgers, where you could just buy everybody because they all want to come to you at that point. But that's the other thing. The final part that I want to bring up, I told Steven about this earlier, but we'll bring up Jeff next week because there's going to be more. But the other one I wanted to talk about is, so I've been looking up a lot. Anyone that knows me knows I do a lot of research on AI and Claude and all that stuff. I'm probably going to create a faceless YouTube channel for us and just see how that goes. And it'll be a competition between our current YouTube channel and then this faceless one. For anyone that's wondering what is a faceless YouTube, I'll explain it another day. But just know the AI gets to basically do everything. I just have to create all the prompts for it, and we'll see which one does better going forward. Other than that, my big thing that I just can't get over is a 19-year-old being on the job 2 weeks, and then he ends up getting $140 million. if I could never do that. They would think that I'm stupid if I had been asked for something like that.
Only in sports.
So only in sports. Till next time, we out.
Peace.